Hey planner peeps, I am back with another video. So in this particular video, what I want to do is challenge myself with decorating what I use for my micro journaling with a kit that is partially used. So just a little bit of background. This is a kit that I purchased from Willow Bloom Studio. Unfortunately, she is not open anymore, but I did manage to get several of her kits while she was still open, and I want to use some of the stuff that I do have. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. Now, when I purchased these kits of hers at that particular time, I was definitely planning or stickering in my happy planner. And with the way that I decorate for my micro journaling, I figured I can use the scraps from the pre-loved kit. And the kit is called Frosted Fields. So as far as the foiling, yeah, it's coming through pretty well. It's silver foiling, and if you haven't noticed already, this is for the first full week of November. The reason for that is because I have already pre-decorated I think the remainder of October. Yes, I have. So this is the upcoming week. For me, this is fine in terms of the stickers because it's going to be sharing the page with my writing at some point. Same thing with this one. I do like the way this came out. And just so you know, these stickers are from, I believe the Pretty Pink Co., but I could be wrong. I know for sure this is from the Pretty Pink Co. because I literally just did this before I started filming. This is from Harriet Wright Designs and Graceful Muse Papery. I am going to skip decorating for November for right now, the monthly for this, and then just go into my first full week. So in terms of what I want to use and or do for this, since I do have these full boxes here, I think I want to do something with that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a decision to use these boxes. Yes, I am going to take the adhesive off, some of the adhesive off, so that way, just in case I decide, nope, I don't like where that sticker went, I shouldn't have any problems. Now the question is, do I want to line it up or tilt? I think that I am going to line it up because typically I do like to tilt, but I am going to line it up this time around. I don't know how I feel about that, but we're just going to go with it. And then down here, just go ahead and use this last full box. I might put it, yeah, I'll put it down here. What I'm thinking of is, do I try to achieve balance, or I think I'm more so of an abstract person when it comes to placing stickers down. So we'll go with abstract as opposed to striking balance. And that takes care of the full boxes. So I'm not going to say obviously, but I'm not going to use these day of the week stickers here, mainly because even with me being in person with it, I can't tell what this says. Like, the light would have to hit it just right in order for me to be able to read. So in my opinion, these day of the week stickers, the background is too busy, so I will probably never use those. However, I do have these little box stickers down here, which I don't think I will be using for this spread unless I can, well, yeah, I do have some over here. What I'm thinking about is actually, let me show you, typically I put down my day of the weeks and I put it directly onto the paper. However, I could switch it up and utilize these box stickers just to use them in order to put my day of the week stickers, which I have right here. The thing is, I don't know if I'm going to like how that looks. So I'm going to, yeah, I'm not feeling that. So for this particular time, I'm still not going to use the rectangular box stickers, but I probably will use these some kind of way, or at least one of them. So anyway, let's see what is on my mind. Honestly, what's on my mind is I'm just not feeling it these days. I don't know what is wrong with me. And I don't know if I should say what is wrong with me, but that's all my mind can think of at the moment is there's something wrong. I feel extremely moody to the point where I don't know what to do with myself. It's like the things that normally, I don't want to say bring me joy, but that I enjoy partaking in, i.e. watching planner videos and things like that. I don't know, it's just not tickling my fancy. So I'm just trying to work through it because it's going on the second day where I'm feeling like this. So what I'm going to do is, I was about to say I'm going to mix up these two pieces of deco stickers and incorporate it with the Willow Bloom stickers. As you can see, this is the Pretty Pink Co. And mainly because it was similar color schemes, but maybe I'm not going to do that because this is kind of heavy on holiday. And this is, oh, you know what? There's a lantern. There are two lanterns. I don't know. I'm just going to put it to the side for right now because I haven't made a decision. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a perpetual mood. Like I'm used to being moody, but it just seems to be for me right now all day, every day. But like I said, I'm trying to work through it so I don't come off so crabby to the people in my real life, but yeah, that's where I am mentally. Something just came to my mind, and this is so random, and some people are probably going to be like, girl, what? So part of what could probably get me out of this funk is music. So I love music. My favorite genre is R&B. And over the years, I had curated my playlist that could probably go for whatever kind of mood I'm in. Now, what I'm about to say is very annoying to me because the place where I had curated my playlist was at a company called Napster. Now, I know when people hear this company Napster, they instantly think of the pirating, I guess, software from yesteryear. But in more recent years, Napster became legitimate and then they bought Rhapsody. So most people these days, they're using Apple Pay, Apple Music, Spotify, things like that. But I am such like an antithesis girl. If it's something that's highly popular, I want the exact opposite of it. So I'm not going to say never, because I did have an iPod mini only because I wanted. And I used it and it was cool for what it was, but it never prompted me to go out and get Apple products because I'm just not going to do that. But anyway, since Spotify is definitely popular, I feel like I've always been like that. I like to go against the grain. So anyway, before Rhapsody. I don't remember the name of the company that it was, but it was Rhapsody for a while. Getting back to what I was saying, I had curated several playlists with songs that I may have discovered on the Rhapsody app itself, or just hearing stuff randomly, and I was able to come back to Rhapsody and find whatever I needed. Now, let's fast forward to current day. So because Napster purchased Rhapsody, that's where everything is housed. So one day, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to split this up into 7. One day I go to my app because I want to listen to music. It's not often these days that I want to listen to music, but it's been happening more frequently this year. And I am trying to listen to a particular artist. You know what? I don't even care. I'm going to say I was trying to listen to R. Kelly. And the album that I was trying to listen to, it wasn't available. And so I was thinking to myself, oh, they've gone and they've snatched off his music. Fine, no big deal. I'll just, figure out another way to listen. So I did that. But then another day I came back and I wanted to listen to one of those playlists, like I said, that I had curated. And some of the songs that I knew were in the playlist, I could tell my playlist had been impacted. So at some point I was just like, let me Google and see what is going on. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let me Google and see what is going on. So what I ended up finding out is that Napster ain't paying their bills. So I know what it was. I was trying to listen to that new Cardi B album. And I was like, oh, she must be mad. She must have, for whatever reason, just decided not to put her music on Napster. So I'm still thinking it's an artist specific thing. One, the first artist that I mentioned because of the controversy. 2, Cardi, she didn't necessarily need Napster for music playback and whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just listen some other kind of way. So then, I don't know, I think that's when I went and tried to retrieve my playlist, and I was like, okay, something is going on. So I Googled and that's when I find out that Napster ain't paying their bills. So now I'm in a conundrum where, like I said, I had created or curated my playlist over years, y'all. I'm talking several years. It could have been the better part of a decade. And so I went and I got Amazon Music because I was like, okay, well, no big deal. I'll just shift everything over to Amazon because I'm going to keep Amazon because they offered that when I went and tried to figure out how I can listen to music that I want to listen to. It was no longer they had a feature that could do it, that could transfer your files. My silly self was thinking that, oh, I can do this with, whatever is left on Napster. But that was not the case because they had not been paying their bills. Oh, I don't like this. Because they had not been paying their bills, the rights for them to offer the music for streaming had been stripped away. So I am losing out on the music that I had put together for my particular taste. All because they're not paying their bills. And so I was like, you know what? I'm about to cancel my subscription because I'm not going to be paying you and then I can't get all the music that I want to get. So I canceled it. And then now what I'm realizing, or what I know, is that I'm basically going to have to start all over again because the music is not available for me to retrieve. And so it's almost like I'll just have to randomly think of songs or art, not even artists, but songs that I want to hear at any given time, and then slowly figure out a way to add it back to somewhere where I can have access to it to listen to it. So yeah, so I said all of that to say there's a possibility that I could have had music that helped, get me out of whatever this, I don't even want to call it a funk. It's like I'm just not feeling it. I think what it is I'm not feeling being responsible, and I'm resenting it. So I thought maybe the music would help with that. I don't know if I should put Wednesday over. I should put Wednesday. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, I don't know if the music, no, I know the music could attempt to help with that, but I don't even have that as an option right now because dealing with Napster, it took away me being able to see whether or not I could get in a better mindset about being a responsible adult. So yeah, that's what is or was on my mind. Let's see what else is randomly on my mind. It doesn't help that I get annoyed at work too on a regular basis. Like, let's say almost every single day. And I will say this, and I'm going to move on to another topic, but it's a combination of, like, I do things a certain way, and then the team that I work with, because I am a manager, I expect for them to operate not exactly like how I do, because no two people are the same. But it's very annoying when you have team members that don't perform to the potential that I know that they have the ability to perform at. So I deal with that on a regular basis, and I think I'm getting a little burnt out with basically repeating myself over and over and over and over again. Let's see if I can bring in something from over here. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I don't think I'm not feeling this part of the kit. Although I did use it once upon a time, I'm not feeling this because I can't make out. I mean, it's Fields. It says Frosted Fields, so it's Fields, but I don't like the execution. So what I'm going to do is just use these little borders that are around it, figure out something. But y'all, it is October, and my best friend, she has sent me, I think, 2 text messages asking me, have I started watching the scary movies yet? And I have not. Now, in my defense, I am studying, which that could be a part of it too, because I don't feel like studying. I don't want to study. I was motivated for a while, but then I got off of that motivational kick because I had to do stuff socially, not socially, but personally. And I wasn't able to study the routine that I had. So it kind of knocked me off. So now I'm at a point where I have to make myself study. And that's not really good, but that's what it is. I don't know. I think this is too much too. If there was a way that I could rip that in half and it still looked nice, I think I would try it. So we're not going to do this. I'm changing my mind again. But anyway, back to what I was saying about it's October. So I don't know if anybody is into, well, I would assume somebody who comes across this video would be into watching scary movies. What, if you're into that, who would be what movie and which character or characters would be like your go-to for viewing on an annual basis? For me, I am going to say, like, I enjoy the Jason movies. So what is that? Friday the 13th and Michael Myers. So I definitely have those particular ones on my to watch list. And then stuff that is more current or more recent, I would say for sure I would put The Conjuring, like that franchise, on the list. So what I'm going to do is I am going to leverage the list that my best friend sent to me and start watching scary movies from her list, because when she sent over her list, because I think I asked her like, okay, how many have you watched? Because I know she started watching some. When she sent me her list, she sent over the list where she's tracking what she's watched. I think she had like 10 movies on there, and I think she watched about 8 of them. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind. I need to catch up. So at some point, I'm going to get to where I will, you know, sit my little self down and tune in to some scary movies, because honestly, I said I was going to do that yesterday to try to get myself out of whatever this little funk it is that I'm feeling, but I didn't get an opportunity to, because again, I'll say in this instance, I had to adult. So now what I'm trying to figure out, because I haven't done this in a while, is do I want to put like a little banner sticker here so I can write in personal tasks. So you see here, I just wrote it in with no sticker. I didn't write it in right here. Well, I just did this, so that's fine. Wrote it in right here, but there are past spreads. Do I want to call it spreads? Where I do that. And it's been a while. Part of the reason, I think I know why, is because, of course, if you keep applying a sticker in the same spot, it's going to create, with these thin pages, it's going to create little bumps. So I'm just trying to go back to one where that is the case. So like right here, yeah, I did my little sticker and put personal tasks in there. So I think I want to do it again, because it's been a minute since I've done it. It's just a matter of what color do I want to do. I think I want to do green. I am feeling greens and earth tones, and I'm not going to fight it. So let me get this down, and then I am going to fill in what I can, which is, I'll just go ahead and put personal tasks. If it'll fit. Yeah, I can make it fit. Okay. It looks a little, I don't know, it needs a little bit of sprucing up to some degree, but I'm not going to mess with it right now. I think what I'm missing is something over here. But I want to be careful, because to me, these colors are understated, kind of muted. Maybe I can use this one. Yeah. Or, let's see. I feel like it's not really serving a purpose. Yeah, that's not. I might need to use this one. And then I might build around it some type of way. Can I layer with these thick ass stickers? No, I don't like the way that looks. There's something I should be able to do. Probably a transparent sticker is what I need. Now this one I feel like I want to tilt, but I don't think I will. I actually was looking at these two. I think I'm going to use, let me do this first, because I might change my mind. And I want to be able to take it off if I change my mind. Now, what I have been doing a lot is putting stickers down in this section, because usually my personal tasks don't come down that long. They can be long, but they usually haven't come down here. But even if it does, I'll just continue to write right here. It doesn't bother me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm doing that. And then I will grab, I already used, I don't want to use pink and green. Lord, I do not want to use pink and green. So I may have to do another, yeah, I'm going to have to do this. I'll just put this little piece right here. It looks like I'm I don't know, y'all. I don't know how I feel about it, but that's what we're going to do. I was able to complete or use up another sheet of day of the weeks. So that's actually not good because that's my functional stickers. But yeah, this is what I have for the first week of November. And that's what it, I may add some additional stuff, but for right now, that's what's going to be. So hope you enjoyed this video. I know one of the items or topics or persons mentioned was controversial, but I mean, it's my truth. So I don't want to be anything other than authentic to myself over here. And yep, I'm gonna call it a video. So hope you tune in, if you weren't too offended, with me next time. Take care.
Eyes bloodshot and I'm faded now.